I recently uploaded a video in which I was demonstrating how to design a digital downloadable product for Etsy. And I went through those steps. It wasn't as detailed as it could have been, but it was a general idea of the process and how to do a digital download for Etsy. Today I'm back with a video that is similar only because I was so excited about the new product that I have. It is called Stuck in My Head, and it is a nostalgia journal. I'm just going to read the description so I'm not all over the place with you right here. This is the description that is on Etsy, and this will give you an idea of what the journal is. It says, "Step back in time with Stuck in My Head, a nostalgic journal filled with unforgettable commercials and catchy jingles from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Remember when someone said, 'Winston tastes good,' and your mind finished a sentence without missing a beat? The Memory Journal features fun prompts inspired by vintage ads, asking you to recall where you were, how the jingle made you feel, and whether you ever used the product or not. It's perfect for retro lovers, journaling fans, and anyone who grew up with those unforgettable tunes. Whether you're writing for yourself or gifting a groovy trip down memory lane, this retro style guided journal will have you humming and reminiscing in no time. Because I don't believe there's a person alive today that was born in the 1950s, 1960s, who when they hear the phrase, 'Winston tastes good,' you just don't automatically go to like a cigarette should." There are so many, when I thought about them, there are so many jingles that are stuck in my head, just ingrained. They're just there. And I thought it would be fun to do a journal based on those jingles and giving you prompts to go back and journal about what was going on in your life at that particular time. So that's why I'm excited about redoing this over a reboot of getting a digital product up on Etsy. And not only that, I'm going to take you through my design process and how that all work, but I'm also at this time going to also talk about for Etsy, for instance, the files can only be so big. So I'm going to talk about how to make the files smaller so that Etsy will accept them. I actually show you how I'm making mock-ups for my product, because you need that to be on Etsy too. And I basically take you all the way through everything, getting the description, the tags, placing everything on Etsy to the down to the price, everything to the point where I actually hit the publish and the product goes live, and the product is live right now on Etsy. But that is why I wanted to do this. I was just excited about the uniqueness of the journal itself, so it inspired me to do another similar video. But this one is a little more in detail and will be broken into chapters if there are just certain places and certain things that you want to know. So that's why I'm doing this. If this does not interest you, it is okay. Just go on. And I know that most of the people on the channel are here because they want to loom knit. It is me that just kind of went off trying to reinvent myself. And that's what I'm doing over here, trying to see how do you start over at age 75. Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do is create a blank page. The page is going to be 8.5 by 11. Once I have the page, because it is a nostalgia journal, I want the pages to look kind of like vintage pages, have an old feeling to them. So I'm going to look for something, a background that looks like a vintage page. So I want something, no, this one looks too dirty. Okay, this one looks pretty good. I can work with this. I like this. I'm wondering if there's something just a tad lighter, just this whole feel, but just lighter. Let me see. One thing that's great about Canva is they have a plethora of elements. They have so many elements and graphics and photos, and whatever you want is here somewhere. Sometimes the issue is just finding it, because, yeah, you go down a rabbit hole. They just have so many beautiful and wonderful elements to work with, and you usually find what you're looking for. Sometimes takes me a little while. No, that is not it. Okay, perhaps, let's see. I don't know. You know what? The one I have looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and start with this, and if I run across something later, I'll work with that. So I'm going to add some text now, and the title of the journal is Stuck in My Head. And I want that to be across the top of every page. I want a capital S, stuck in my head. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the top of the page. Now, before I do anything else, I believe journals need lines. And so I have downloaded all these lines, more than 100 different types of lines from a from someone who has had them on Creative Fabrica. And the lines I always find tedious to make. So I'm so happy to have this bundle of lines that I just place where I want them to be. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So I have the lines, and now the next thing I want is the stuck in my head. I want it to be in a little banner, and I'm thinking the banner that I would like is something that looks like wallpaper, vintage wallpaper, or 1950s, 1960s wallpaper, or something that has that feel. I'm thinking polka dots, green, blue, something like that. Let's see. Something, wait a minute. Well, let me see this. Okay, let's see. Okay, this this is going to work. Well, I think it will. Yeah, it has the feel that I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Looks like to me, it looks like a 1950s wallpaper or something from that era. Okay, so people wore polka dot dresses in that era. Okay, so that looks nice. Okay, I'm going to put stuck in my head on top of this little banner. And yeah. Okay, so now I want the text to be in this vintage style that I also got from Creative Fabrica. Stuck in my head. Okay. I'm liking how that looks. I want only one line though. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to group them, meaning that the letters stay stuck to the polka dots so they don't move separately whenever I want to move. So I have them centered and on that right now. So that's going to be my heading for the pages that I do. Not bad. Okay, so now I want text to actually put the jingle in. I don't know a person alive who lived through the 50s and 60s who, when they hear Winston tastes good, just automatically they just say, like a cigarette should. It's just one of those things that, as the journal says, is stuck in our heads. Okay, I'm going to make this text also. I'm going to make it that Always Special is the name of the text that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. And now, want the lines a little closer together. Right there. Now I do want to save room to write what I'm calling a prompt. And that is the questions that I'm asking to get people's memories stirred and to get them writing. So I need to leave room for that. Now for the prompt, I would like to put it below like a cigarette should, and I'm looking for a little horizontal frame to put the prompt in. Let's see. I want a little horizontal frame right in. I want it to be open. I want maybe just a frame open. Okay. I'm looking for something. Wait, something like this. But no, I'd like for it to be just a frame so that the letters are inside a frame. Sometimes I know what I want, but I don't know how to describe it or what it's actually called. Decorative shape. Let's see. We want it to be horizontal, and we want just, oh, okay, this is what we want, something like this. Okay. Ooh, look at all of these. Okay, these little accent frames. Maybe that's what I should have been looking for. I don't know. Okay, so look at all of these. Wow. Okay, now I need to go back. All right. This is what I'm looking for so that I can put the letters inside. All right, so this may be it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to put this here. And, I think this might work just great. Yeah, this will be where the prompt goes. I'm going to actually change the color. I can change the color to match the polka dot paper. All right. All right, so perfect. Now we want the text. And now we're going to write a prompt. This prompt is going to be kind of long because I want to give them the idea of what to do. So the prompt on this page, I'm going to write a long one. What memories does this? I was always a slow typer. Okay, let me see. What memories does it bring back for you? Did anyone in your home smoke, or do you remember catching this ad on TV? Ooh, oh, right. You write down your thoughts, feelings, and any stories that come to mind. Now, this is a long prompt. It's the first one. The other prompts on the other pages are not going to be this long, but I think for the first page, it needs to be kind of detailed so that the person writing in the journal right away has an idea of how to use the journal and what questions they can ask themselves to get a jump start on remembering and writing. Okay, so we want to line this up as best we can. The other thing too, we're going to come back and straighten this, but the main thing I want to do is get the words inside this frame so that they don't separate when I move the frame. So we want them centered. We're going to group them. Okay, so now that will move as one. Wow. Okay. So pretty much our first page is done. Pretty much. Come back before we straighten everything up. We want to duplicate the page because basically what we're going to be doing now is we're going to duplicate the page and we're only going to be changing out the ad. So here's the Alka-Seltzer jingle. That again, if you say plop plop fizz fizz, you can't help but go, oh, what a relief it is. And because it's stuck in our heads. So Alka-Seltzer, let's see. Do we want to do that vintage? Do we want to do that vintage text? You know what? I think the Alka-Seltzer looked better. I think the Alka-Seltzer looked better when it was the text before. Let's take it back. Okay, let's take it back. And now. All right, so now I'm just jumping through really fast because I don't want you to sit here all day and watch what might be the equivalent of paint drying. I think once you've seen me do the first page, you've seen me do all the pages. I'm basically going through now, duplicating the page and just changing out the product or the jingle and the prompt that goes on that page. So here we are now at Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean gets rid of dirt and grime. M&M's melts in your mouth, not in your hand. And I'm writing a little prompt just to get people thinking about that. And so I'm going to continue adding jingles. Here is this is going to be the Tootsie Pop page. I remember that ad with the how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. Ajax cleanser. And so we're just going to change out all of the jingles that are stuck in our head. Real cream. A little dab will do ya. Loved that. Seems like the ads in the well, I don't have TV now, so I can't answer what happens exactly today. But I know when I was growing up, ads with the TV ads, you would sit through them because they were so entertaining, and sometimes the ads seemed more fun than the TV show. And so all of these ads and the jingles are stuck in our heads. Okay, so Nestle's Quick. I remember Nestle's Quick. Me and my next door neighbor, when we were children, we used to pretend like Nestle's Quick was snuff, tobacco snuff. I don't know if anybody remembers snuff. It's a tobacco that some of our older relatives would put it in the bottom lip. It was kind of like chewing tobacco, only you kept it in your lip. Okay, So Texaco, also, this is fun too, because remember when you would drive up to a gas station and the gas was only a quarter, mind you, but a guy would come out and fill up your tank and wash your windshields and check your tire pressure and check your oil and do all that stuff. And it was just all included in the price of whatever gas was. And then the Heavenly Chock full of nuts a commercial is something that just lives with you. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm just continuing to add all of the jingles that I want to be in this journal. And double mint gum, double mint, double your, what is it? Double your pleasure, double your fun with double mint gum. So yeah, I remember all these, and they bring back such great memories. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do I'm doing the cover page, this front page of the journal, and so eventually I add this TV here just to give it some 1950s, 1960s feel. Good old 1950s TV. And yeah, add something like that for our cover page. Now, this page right here is the introduction page. So this is the page that's going to come directly after the cover page, and it just kind of explains a little bit more about what the journal is and how to best have fun using it. And so some things fade with time, these didn't. Now, I'm designing a blank page to come after every page in the journal because I think some of the prompts might inspire more writing. And so I wanted there to be an extra page to continue to write on, to share your memories on the extra page. So I gave every jingle page an extra page. And then I have a back page. This is my last page of the journal, and it just kind of sums everything up and then gives my website. All right, so now that we have everything done and we've downloaded, well, first we wanted to two downloads. Okay, we already did we did the PDF, and now what I'm doing is I'm downloading pages as PNGs because we're going to need these pages to do our mock-ups. So I'm going through and I'm going to download certain pages that we're going to use on Etsy, because for Etsy you're going to need pictures. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm getting pictures of the pages, and later I'm going to use these pictures to do mock-ups on Etsy. So we've done two. This is our second download. Our first download was of the whole entire, all the pages in PDF format. Now these are the picture pages. Now the PDF format that we downloaded, we got to condense it. So I went to I Love PDF and I uploaded the PDF and I asked it to compress it because Etsy has a file size limit. And this program will compress your PDF without losing any of the quality. I don't know if you can see that, but it was 384 megabytes, and now it's down to 12 megabytes. And I believe for Etsy, it needs to be 20 megabytes or below. So we got that 387 down to 12 megabytes, but it didn't lose any of its clarity. All right, so now the next place I visited was ChatGPT. And I went there and I explained what the project was. I explained in detail, and I asked it to please write an SEO title for Etsy. I asked it to please write an SEO description for Etsy. And I asked it to give me 13, because Etsy, you have a space for 13 tags, and they like it when you use all the tags. So 13 tags for Etsy, and I explained to ChatGPT that no tag could be longer than 20 characters. And so that's what ChatGPT gave me. And this is a time saver because you explain what your project is to the fullest extent, and it will give you a perfect description. Now that we have all of our information, we need mock-ups, and that means our pictures. We need pictures. People like to see pictures of your product in use. And with journals and pages and books is mainly a picture of your book that makes it look like it's interesting. This is a mock-up that is from Canva, and I like it because it gives you an opportunity to show a spread of the pages from your book in one setting. And this mock-up is so easy to use because basically you're taking the, just like this one, you're gonna just slide it. It kind of like grabs hold of your picture, so you don't even have to manipulate it on a lot of these mock-ups. You just kind of like magic is right there. And then you would go back and change the letters, the writing to fit what you're selling. So there are a lot of mock-ups, various kinds on Canva and also on Creative Fabrica to bring your pages to life. Okay, so once you have your mock-up, now you're ready to do a movie. So it makes it really easy to do the movie for Etsy with pages here on Canva, because all I did was I took the pages that were already existing where they were, and I put a transition between each of the pages that I wanted to use. Now, they want a movie, but it can't be more than 15 seconds, so it's not that many pages. So I'm going to download this as an MP4 video, and I'm going to not use all the pages. That would be too long. I'm going to use probably the first 6 or 7 pages. So I've timed it so each page is going to be 3 seconds, and then I put a transition between the pages so that they look like they're flowing together. And so now I'm going to choose, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to choose just these 6 pages, and we're going to make our movie. Just that easy. So it's downloading now. Okay, so our movie has been downloaded as an MP4 video. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the listing area, and we're going to say add a new listing. We're going to answer the questions about what it is. It is a journal, and a digital journal. So we're going to add journal or notebook right here, and we're going to continue. And then physical or digital, it is a digital product. Who made it? I did. What is it? A finished product. When was it made? It was made in 2025. Was it created by you or by AI? The product was created by me. The description was GI, but the product was AI, but the product was me. Continue. All right, so now we're ready to fill in all of our information. We're going to go back to ChatGPT and get that beautiful title. Now, you got to read all the stuff that Chat gives you just to make sure it's saying what you want it to say. So I'm going to copy that title, and I'm going to put the title over here on Etsy. Going to go back to ChatGPT and get my beautiful SEO description that it wrote. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to Etsy, and I'm going to put that in the description box. See how easy AI can make it for you? So now we have our title and description, and we didn't have to suffer on trying to make just the right words come together for that. Now we have our tags. Now, copying and pasting these tags, I've tried that before. It's not going to work so good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT if they can make the tags in a format that I will be able to copy and paste them right into Etsy. And so that's what I'm telling ChatGPT at this time. I'm saying, hey, help a sister out. Can you just make it so I can copy and paste? And let's see what ChatGPT said. It said, absolutely, Wambui. Here are your 13 Etsy tags perfectly formatted for any copy and paste. Okay, so we're going to copy that. Now we're going to go back over to Etsy. We're going to go to down where the tags belong. We're going to copy. Now we're going to just paste. And now we're going to put add. Voila, look at that. Our tags, our beautiful tags are done just like that. Okay, so now that we have all of that, sometimes it's good. It's good to fill in as much information as you can on Etsy. So it says holiday. What holiday would this journal be good for? I'm going to say, we'll say New Year's. Okay, so what occasion would this journal be good for? I say this would be good for, retirement. So a retirement journal, okay? Although most of the people in that age group have already retired, I think. Okay, now this is the message you get when you try to upload the PDF file without compressing it, okay? It says, we're not going to take it too big. And so we're going to go get our compressed file, our PDF file that we compressed, and we're going to bring it back over, and now we're going to upload it. And it is only 13 megabytes, and Etsy allows up to 20 megabytes, so we're under the limit. All right, so now pretty much everything is done except we need to go find our photographs now. We need to find those mock-ups that we saved as PNGs, and we are going to put them in the photo and video section. All right, so we can load more than one, but all of mine are not together. So we're just going to do these two right now. And then we'll come back and do these two mock-ups. And there you go. Now, I feel like I'm going to come back later and play around with my mock-ups to make them look even better. But for now, they're good. And now we're going to get our movie. So we're going to have a video with our listing. Okay, so now it's uploading our video. Okay, everything looks great. We have everything we need to, how much is it going to be? First of all, we'll say $9.99 because it's a digital product. Basically, you're never going to run out. Okay, so now the price, this is where things get so tough for me and why I'm having missed thoughts about this digital thing, because the price points that people are selling their digital products for on Etsy, well, let's look. Let's see what they're selling them for. Okay, so we're on the YouTube journal page. $250, $285. Look at that. Everything is like $2. Okay, there's something that's $7 something, but everything is $4, $3, $2. Let's look at journals, and specifically journals. What are they selling for? Okay, so not the hardcover journals. We're going to look at the downloadable journals. Look at that, $1.05. And that's a lot of stuff in that bundle. Okay, and look at this below that. Is so beautiful. So many beautiful pages here. And what is that? $1.87. So it's hard to compete over here. So I'm going to go, let's see, what price am I? I'm going to put $2.35. I'm going to have to sell, look, my profit will be $1.68 after fees. Okay, I got to sell a lot of them. So that's why I'm having misgivings about this whole digital download. I think if you put some products up and then go away, but it's nothing that's going to happen. I don't know how these people, I mean, I guess they just have wonderful products and people know about them. And so they want their products. Okay, now we're going to publish. And I hit publish. It says you're about to publish a new listing. There's a non-refundable fee of 20 cents USD for each new listing. And by publishing, I'm agreeing to pay the fee. And it says that the product will expire in 4 months, at which time I can choose to renew or not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and once I hit the publish, it's going to go live. Publish. And if we look at the screen in the right-hand corner, it says your listing has been successfully uploaded. Okay, so I'm going to go to my store and we'll see if we see it. So there it is. All right. The nostalgic keepsake right there for $2.35. Oh, I really got to think about that price. So I'm going to come back and just, you know, polish up everything. But that is my journal on Etsy. Thank you.